Hello and welcome to Premier League Game Week 17 predictions. If you do like the Premier League predictions, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. We've got a load of games on tomorrow. We've got 8 games on tomorrow, doubleheader at 8 o'clock, which is bizarre. And then 2 games on, Sunday and Monday, respectively. So yeah, let's just jump straight in to my Game Week 17 Premier League predictions. So jumping in then in the deep end, and we'll start at Newcastle versus Chelsea at 12:30 at St James's Park. Both sides doing okay. Chelsea did have that blip, of course, in the league a few weeks back now, but they have picked up over Everton and Everton and Cardiff in the week. Newcastle did lose to Sunderland, of course, last time in the Premier League. They did beat Fulham in the Carabao Cup recently. Eddie Howe will be looking for a win in this one. He's not done great at Newcastle recently, or this season, I should say. He is definitely on the back foot. Lose this, and he could be getting the sack. 2-0 win for Newcastle over Chelsea last time they did play. 2-0 in the EFL Cup, 2-1 in the Premier League. For Chelsea over Newcastle. I think Newcastle will win this one. 11 wins for Newcastle, 6 draws, 16 wins for Chelsea on the headsets. I do think Newcastle are going to win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home Geordie win at St James's Park. I think they've got to start winning, and they are a bit inconsistent, and they probably are due to win in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm back in Newcastle to beat Chelsea by 2 goals to 1 here. Bournemouth versus Burnley is the first of the 3 o'clockers. Then Burnley have been on an absolute horrible losing rut. I think Scott Parker might be gone if they do lose this game. Bournemouth, of course, involved in that absolute bonkers game at Old Trafford on Monday night, drawing 4-4. Brilliant fight back from them, also bottling the game as well. 0-0 draw between the two sides, between them and Chelsea, I should say. The week before that, yeah, Burnley, we don't need to speak about their losing run. 2-0 home loss for Burnley over Bournemouth. Last time did play on the 3rd of March 2024. 2-1 home win for Bournemouth over Burnley on the 20th of October 2023. 5 wins for Bournemouth, 2 draws, 7 wins for Burnley. Bournemouth are going to win this quite comfortably. I'll go for a 3-1 Bournemouth home win for Andoni Iraola's side in this one. They have really slumped down the table a little bit, but I'm still going to back Bournemouth to win this by 3 goals to 1 in this one over Burnley. So, yeah, Bournemouth to win by 3 goals to 1 over Scott Parker's Burnley, and could be his last game in charge. Brighton-Sunderland now then. Sunderland have been doing incredibly this season. Good win over their local rivals Newcastle last weekend. Brighton haven't won in their last 3 games, losing to Villa, losing to Liverpool, drawing West Ham, and they probably should have lost that one as well. Head-to-heads against the Sunderland side, they've only played friendlies before. 1-1 draw, 1-0 home win for Brighton over Sunderland there. 1 win for Brighton, 1 draw, 0 wins for Sunderland. Brighton sit 10th in the table at the moment, Sunderland in 8th. Yeah, difficult one to call this. Brighton are quite decent at home, I think. Sunderland, I think their away form isn't as good as their home form. Still pretty good away form. It is 12th. They're going to be fine this season. They'll survive quite comfortably. I think Brighton will go over the line in this one. Go for a 2-0 home Brighton win over Sunderland in this one. So, yeah, I think Brighton might win this quite comfortably. But, yeah, Sunderland's still doing very, very well for themselves this season. So, 2-0 to Brighton in this one. Man City versus Nuno's West Ham. I did read somewhere where Nuno wasn't. The West Ham owners weren't particularly happy with what Nuno was doing, but in fact, he's actually got quite a lot of points for them in the last few matches. 13 points at the moment when they were stuck on like 7 when he came in. I'm not going to do 6-7 because that's a whole nother story. But they were on them points. 2-0 loss to Liverpool in the last 5 for West Ham. They also lost to Villa last time out as well. 1-1 draw between the two sides, between United and Brighton. 5 wins on the trot for Man City, despite some of them not being as comfortable as they would have liked. City are going to win this. I think Erling Haaland's going to bag a few. I'm going to go 3-0 to Manchester City in this one. I think it'll be quite a comfortable win for the citizens in this one. So, yeah, City are going to win this by 3 goals to 0, and I'm going to back Erling Haaland to score a brace in this one. So, yeah, City to win by 3 goals to 0 over West Ham. Wolves versus Brentford, and now then at Molineux, and this is a big chance for Wolves to get some points on the board, isn't it? But they take on a Brentford side. They're doing okay under Keith Andrews, do sit 15th in the table, but still 7 points clear off that relegation zone. Wolves still sit on 2 points on for the record at the moment as things stand. 5-3 home win for Brentford. Last time they did play Wolves on the 5th of October. 1-1 draw on the final day last season. 9 wins for Wolves, 5 draws, 6 wins for Brentford. They've also played in the Championship all those years ago. Yeah, difficult to call, I think, because I think Wolves might get some points here, but I can't see it. It's not going to happen, is it? Brentford are going to win this by 2-0 over Wolves. I'm just backing Brentford because Wolves look absolutely dreadful at the moment. Can't see them getting a win, although they did nearly get something at Arsenal last week. Very, very unlucky, weren't they, in that game? But yeah, Brentford are going to win this by 2-0 despite their poor form at the moment. 5:30 kickoff. What a game this is. Tottenham versus Liverpool, or should I say, well, it could be because both teams aren't playing exactly great. Liverpool have responded 5 unbeaten in their last 5 to shoddy draws in there to Leeds and Sunderland, which weren't great. But Spurs themselves don't look particularly good. Lost 3-0 to Forest last week. They did beat Prague and Brentford in there. But Thomas Frank's going to know that Brentford team, so I'm not surprised they won that. They did get the home win on the board, though. 11th sits Spurs. Liverpool sits 7th. Spurs win this. They go in with the point of Liverpool. Last time they played in the Premier League was 5-1 win for Liverpool last time out, and then back in the Premier League was a 6-3 win. It usually has a few goals in this. Does this one? 7 wins for Spurs, 8 draws, 20 wins for Liverpool. Due to Spurs' crap home record, I think that Brentford game was a blip just due to the Thomas Frank thing going on there. Liverpool are going to win this. I'm going to go for a 3-1 away Liverpool win here. I think they will win this quite comfortably, I have to say, over a Spurs side that don't look particularly good. So yeah, Liverpool going to win this by 3-1 over Tottenham in this one. Now into the double header at 8 o'clock. I'm so confused of why this is. I think it must be something to do with Europe and Carabao Cup and all that Palace scheduling fixtures. But the first one is Everton taking on Arsenal then. This is the main game on Sky. 2-0 loss for Everton at Chelsea last week. Arsenal scraping the barrel against Wolves last time out. This is a proper banana skin game for Mikel Arteta's side. 1 more draw between the two sides on the 5th of April. 0-0 between Arsenal and Everton on the 14th of December. 19 wins for Arsenal, 7 draws, 7 wins for Everton. Victor Gyökeres hasn't been scoring as much as I would have thought he would have done, if I'm honest, this season. But it is his first season in the new league, of course, which is obviously got to have bed some time in. He's only got 4 goals all season long. Do I back Everton in this one? I think we're going to back a draw here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Yeah, I'm going to back a draw. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw. I think Arsenal are going to drop some points here just because Everton quite good at home. They were good at Goodison. They're good here as well, it seems. So yeah, 1-1 between Everton and Arsenal here. I don't really see a lot separating the sides. And into the other game then, Leeds take on Crystal Palace on Saturday night as well. Back-to-back draws for Leeds United and Daniel Farke, unbeaten in their last 3 games. Palace did draw to QPS 2-2 last night. Was that a backup team, or was that it did look it was very weakened, wasn't it, last night? Palace will have to go through the playoffs and play an extra game in the Conference League, of course. They were doing okay before that. They have just got over the line under Oliver Glasner. I think he's trying to rest some players for the Conference League just to make sure their league form keeps up. They have scored 3 goals in their last 3 matches. Have scored 3 goals in their last 2 home matches, have Leeds United over Chelsea and Liverpool, so they'll be looking to beat Palace convincingly. Last time they did play Crystal Palace was a 5-1 away win for Crystal Palace on the 9th of April 2023. I think that's when Roy Hodgson came in and they absolutely battered Leeds. 2-1 home win for Palace over Leeds on the 9th of October 2022. Difficult one to call. 22nd July was 1-1 draw as well. That was a friendly. 5 wins for Leeds, 4 draws, 4 wins for Palace. Palace, I'm going to back them in this one. I'm going to back a 2-1 away win for Crystal Palace in this one over a Leeds side that don't look amazing. So yeah, Palace are going to win this by 2 goals to 1 at Leeds United and at Ellen Road. Sunday's games we go. Villa take on Manchester United in probably what is another game of the weekend at Villa Park, of course. Villa will be looking to win this one as they've won 5 on the bounce. I think they've won 11 in a row in all competitions, which is absolutely ridiculous. United unbeaten in their last 4 games is all right. Michael Oliver's the referee, so it's going to be a dodgy decision probably somewhere. Third sit Aston Villa at the moment. They are in the title race technically, only 3 points off Arsenal at the moment. Man United still in and around them European spots on 26 points. Probably should have beat Bournemouth with the amount of chances they had last weekend. Head-to-heads look like this 2-0 win for United over Villa last season on the final day. 0-0 draw back on the 6th of October 2024. 2 wins for Villa, 6 draws. Manchester United have had 19 wins. A bit of a bogey side for Villa. Man United. So, well, everybody's pretty much got a crap record from the 90s and all that with Fergie in charge, or at least 10 years ago. Anyway, this one's screaming a 2-2. I'm going to back a 2-2. In this one, I'm going to back Villa 2, Manchester United 2. I think Villa's winning run comes to an end. They'll continue the unbeaten run. But yeah, 2-2 between Villa and Manchester United here. Fulham versus Forest then on your Monday Night Football. Not a game you want to be watching on the Monday Night Football. Bit inconsistent Fulham at the moment. Win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. They did beat Spurs. They beat Burnley. They've won their last 2 away games if you don't include the cup game at Newcastle in the week. Forest have been doing very well for themselves. Won 2-1 against Utrecht in the Europa League. Beat Spurs in there as well for Sean Dyche's side. They're doing pretty well. Head-to-heads look like this 3-1 away win for Fulham. That was in a pre-season friendly. Was that in the Summer Shield or whatever it was called? I don't know what it was called. In the Premier League, anyway, it was 1-0 away Fulham win and 2-1 home Fulham win on the 15th of February at the Cottage. 12 wins for Fulham, 1 draw, 6 wins for Forest. Gonna back Fulham in this one, just because I don't think Sean Dyche particularly knows what to do away from home, but he's done it in Europe so far, but they are okay sometimes when they go away from home, but I think Fulham might just have a bit too much quality for them in this one. Back a 1-0 Fulham home win in this one for Marco Silva's men here. Yeah, and that is that 1-0 to Fulham on the Monday Night Football. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 70 Premier League predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you on the next one, which will be EFL review on Monday. So don't forget to stay tuned for that, and yeah, I'll speak to you on the next one.